finished dinner. I'm just walking around the house now just to burn some calories. And I was thinking about the book Atomic Habits. I finished it recently on um, Spotify audiobooks. That was pretty good. Couldn't have read it at a better time when I am trying to cultivate habits for myself, like good habits, eliminate the bad ones. Uh, Essentially, what it's trying to one of the key things that I took away from that book is to take small steps every day to move in the right direction. So if I want to get fitter and I'm trying to lose weight, which I am right now, wear like my jogging clothes, my shorts and socks, so that as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go. So that's something I'm going to try to implement from tonight. I've been trying to do it for some time now. I'm very proud today of the fact that I have not turned on the TV. Another idea that I was discussing this with a colleague, is if I ever do want to watch something on TV, like for entertainment purposes, excluding educational value, because I think education, like learning about trading stocks, I think that's okay because as long as I'm also applying the principles of that, which is another goal that I have, learning to paper trade that's very important. You can't just be like expect to make a lot of money straight away. You need to practice. But the idea was, if I want to watch anything for entertainment value on Netflix, get a stationary bike and make sure you're pedaling, because just sitting there for like hours on end, because that's what all these sort of entertainment shows they do, right? They just have like that binge watching style where after one episode finishes, the next episode just starts playing, and the next and the next, and then the next season. And that's sort of how you become a couch potato, which is not what I want. There's a lot of good TV shows that are coming out that I do want to watch, but I also need to make sure that I'm doing it where it's not affecting, my health or making me like super lazy. Like, at least if I'm on an exercise bike, I can just get something from, like, I don't know, Kmart or something. I'll take a look at that later. But if I get that and I'm like constantly pedaling, then I'll pause when I'm not on the bike, and then I'll know. So this is a really good control that I have in place, or this is a good control that I'm thinking of having in place. Because once that TV turns on, I'll be watching it for like an hour or two, and it could be anything. It could be like whatever. YouTube has a pretty good wormhole of ideas. Like the other day, I was watching about construction projects in different parts of different countries, and it's just anything, There's so much to watch, and like I said, I want to produce and document my life, as opposed to like consuming all this content that's like slowly frying your brain and killing your attention span. um, it's very important to be conscious of these things, and everything that you consume, how it affects you and shapes your thoughts, which then affects your mentality and everything that you do. Like that all of that matters. It matters a lot, and I'm just I was always aware of it, but even like if I'm on the train to and from work, and I'm just, as opposed to reading a book, I'm just on my phone. Even that first minute on the phone, I'll just start scrolling on X or YouTube or Snapchat, and it just, for like the next hour that I'm on the train, I'm just looking at my phone, as opposed to reading a book or listening to an audiobook at the very least. Like, that's a good idea. I'm still learning. Or listen to a podcast. There's so many great podcasts out there with like experts of different realms of the business world or finance or physical health, everything. You just listen to them, and take the ideas that they have, apply to your life. um yeah, so might might be a bit, weird to be walking around the house, but I think it's raining outside, so I'd rather just do this, and a good way to burn some calories. And that's also another good reason why it's worth getting a exercise bike. I don't have any other equipment apart from some weights, but the steady state cardio is the thing that I really like, burns calories, and always good to work on the legs, build a strong foundation. That's very important. Cannot, not that I ever, I don't like ignore exercising my legs. Make sure I do my deadlifts and squats, but yeah, I need to just find creative ways to focus on productivity and maintaining these good habits. Um, it's also worth acknowledging to yourself that you're not giving in to the impulses, because it's very easy to give in, especially when you're tired, especially like after work, or when you just come home from work and you're just like, I just want to chill. You'll be thinking about that Mary Jane and how it could just like chill you out, but then you got to remind yourself, it was limiting your potential. Past tense. That's no longer you. You're getting better. You're evolving as a human, evolving, becoming a man. Becoming a young man. It's very important to cultivate good habits. Habits become your life, and the more good habits that you have compared to bad habits, that is what's going to decide largely your life. The direction that you set for yourself. In one of the videos that I was watching from Purpose Driven Men, it's like, if you don't build in your 20s and your 30s, then you're not going to really have much for the rest of your life. Like, this is the time to build. When you're young, you have the energy. You want to make sure that you put that energy into the right things. If you don't put it into the right things and you just let life pass by, then I don't think I would personally be happy with it. Doing this is actually quite, I would say it is quite terrifying. That's why I still haven't made everything yet. But I also, right now, I don't want to like open up another screen. I think I would rather do it when I can like give it proper time to create like the accounts and get myself verified on X. And I think overall this is going to really help me not just move in the right direction, but stay on track. That's another key thing, because the thing about what I've found is, with building discipline, it's essentially trying to consistently do the difficult things in whatever areas or aspects of your life, whether that's taking a challenging project at work, or exercising on days when you don't feel like it, or going to different, like, if you're just not feeling, but you still, if you're not feeling like doing, like, I'm trying to think exactly what I'm trying to say. If you're not feeling like doing something, but you still decide to do it. I think it was Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali that said, discipline is doing something that you hate doing like you love it. Something along those lines, yes. So, yeah, discipline is the thing that'll really take you far in life, because it's something that you have to absolutely earn. You cannot fake discipline. You gotta put your mind, body, soul, and heart into building discipline for whatever that is. Financial stability, financial discipline, diet discipline, thinking the right way, cultivating the positive mindset. I gotta pick up the book. Uh, the way I think it's The Way of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. I have it. I have it in my drawer, so I gotta pick that book up. And one other observation which I have made about myself is I'm consciously, whenever I'm driving like to the gym and back home, particularly when I'm like going to the gym actually, or today anyway, what I'm doing is I'm taking a different route so that I don't go to the shops that sell the Zyn. I'm staying away from the Zyn as well. I keep the empty box in my bum bag to remind me that I'm not, picking that up again. If I don't have the box, I feel like I might just go to the store and be like, oh, maybe, I'll just get one more, but no. That stuff gotta stop as well. It is, although it's like you're not smoking, it is nicotine, and really like nicotine is it even says on the box, nicotine is a highly addictive substance. And being conscious of the fact that I have a addictive personality, like with the Zaza, and that's why I avoid video games. I don't play video games ever at all. No video games, no consoles. I don't have a single game on my smartphone because that stuff is very addictive. Whatever game it is, like I'm just not gonna go there. No. But it'll be interesting when technology advances rapidly to the point where you can put on those Oculus goggles and play like the first-person shooter games, but you're like actually walking around, and that would be fun. That would be very fun. Yeah, so I will probably towards the end of this week create all the channels and get myself verified, and then just start trying to post consistently, even if it's just like short clips every day. With this is also something that I would like to be consistent towards. Documenting my life or the journey of my life is something that it is scary. I would like to, like I said, I just definitely want to start holding myself accountable for all my thoughts, actions, behaviors, and everything. And yeah, I think I am. I didn't think I'd be as kind of nervous as I was, but also after work I do need to just sort of unwind a little, and creating, not creating, just like making this account and everything. It does give me more things to think about, but I'll get there. I've got a pretty solid channel name. I like it. I think it's a great idea, and that's what matters. Just put my authentic self out there. Let the world see it. Let my future self see it, and I'm excited. I am nervous. I have to acknowledge that, because before I thought I was only excited, but I am excited and nervous. As with any other, anytime you're doing something that's very well outside your comfort zone, you get that feeling. It's a mix of nerves and excitement, and this is good practice for when I go to Japan and other overseas trips. Try not to have too much water at night, otherwise you're gonna have to wake up to go to the restroom in the middle of the night, and that is very bad because that's gonna disrupt your sleep. It's gonna disrupt your sleep cycle. Not good. And maybe around Boxing Day you can get a new Fitbit. They'll have some sales on like older versions or something. Yeah. Try not to be too bummed and get attached to things, They're very replaceable. They're not gonna... It's not the end of the world if you lose a product. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I am about to. I'm gonna start reading book so I can get myself into bed early, as opposed to all the previous nights just watching whatever on TV, and then I can wake up and go for a jog like I did this morning, which is very good. So jog in the morning, swim after work, had homemade food, good stuff, very good. Staying on track. All right. See you next time.